We want to thank Ralph's Market and Brandon Trosclair for doing the food for us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Longtime members. Brandon, would you stand up? Stand up. Longtime member here, owner and operator of Ralph's Supermarket, and does this for us in camp meeting, does this for us at the youth conference, and we appreciate it so much.
From the investigative unit, the state pumped the brakes on releasing a sex offender who molested young boys as we began asking questions today. Todd Michael Duquette was convicted in 1994 stemming from sex acts he performed on 5 boys between the ages of 8 and 12. He was charged with 49 counts but agreed to plead guilty to 4 of them. His sentence was suspended and Duquette moved to Texas. Well, that's where he got caught with a 10-year-old.
A convicted child molester was set to be released this week, getting decades chopped off his sentence.
I'm terrified. Because you can't rehabilitate people like that.
Victims and their family members stunned that he could be let go. The Department of Corrections with a change of plans after Chief Investigator Chris Nakamoto started asking questions.
But tonight, a sudden change. A sex offender will not be getting out of prison after we started to ask questions about his release.
The man is serving a 30-year sentence for molesting multiple boys in Baton Rouge. And now the investigative unit and Chris Nakamoto with why his release has been blocked.
Sylvia Michael, Todd Michael Duquette received good time while in prison for molesting young boys. He met the legal requirements to get out in just a few hours from now. But when we started asking questions, the state crawfished on his release, saying the residence plan they approved is no longer valid. This is a face of a child predator who until Monday afternoon met the requirements to be released back into society. Todd Michael Duquette raped Brandy Melissa's relatives.
My 2 brothers.
It came to light while they were at school.
11 days before Christmas, the year it happened, one of my brothers attempted suicide during recess at school. When they asked him why, explained what happened. My other brother coped by molesting me.
In 1994, Duquette was convicted, stemming from sex acts he performed on 5 boys between the ages of 8 and 12. He was charged with 49 counts but pled guilty to 4 of them. A judge suspended his sentence and Duquette moved to Texas. That's where this mugshot comes in. He got caught with a 10-year-old over there and was sentenced to prison in Texas. He'd later be sent back to Louisiana to fulfill his original 30-year conviction here. Melissa doesn't think Duquette can be rehabilitated.
I'm terrified because you can't rehabilitate people like that.
Her sentiments are echoed by respected LSU criminologist Ed Shahada. When Duquette went before the parole board in 2019, they denied his parole. Shahada made it clear at the time it's very hard to rehabilitate certain predators.
You can't change your sexuality. No prison course is going to change your sexual preferences. It's something that is a unique personality disposition that tends to reassert itself throughout your life.
This letter states Duquette was scheduled to be released Wednesday and will remain under state supervision until 2038. He told the state he was going to live at 60207 Highway 434 in Lacombe. A quick search of that address shows it appears to be a property that houses sex offenders. 22 currently live there, and 2 offenders have active arrest warrants for being non-compliant. But 4 hours after we began asking questions Monday morning, the state issued this 4-sentence statement saying Duquette will not be released Wednesday. Tonight, Melissa believes prison is the only place for Duquette to keep the public safe.
I don't want another child getting hurt. But with them not keeping him where he should be till his completion, I can't say that that's not going to happen. And nobody can guarantee me that that's not going to happen.
Duquette's 30-year sentence in Louisiana didn't start until after he completed his time in Texas in 2008. The Department of Corrections says the landlord at the facility in Lacombe withdrew the housing plan. And until Duquette comes up with another one, he'll remain locked up.